That's weird. That's weird. Kind of wearing me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 46 of Camp Strange. I am your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm the other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're back to bring the spooky, weird, wacky, strange, vile, gross, and...
Poopy.
Just
poopy.
Oh, spoopy or poopy?
Poopy. Like poop?
Diarrhea-esque. Yes, we always bring the poop. But...
It's like diarrhea. It's real easy flowing.
Wow. That's, yeah, you're
poetry.
You're a poet, for sure.
I have sunglasses on right now.
Why'd you put those on?
I don't know.
It's nighttime.
I know.
Anyway, they can't see that at home, so we will tell you something that you might be able to get some enjoyment out of, which is these news stories that we got cooking for you. And I will start by telling you that, David, do you know the Willamette River?
Jesus fuck. Is that a joke?
No.
It's Willamette, but yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you can always tell when people are not from Oregon is when they say the Willamette.
And they don't smell bad?
Yeah, that's also a good one.
Well,
You've got about 50-50 correct on that one for the people you know from Oregon.
I like Oregon, though. It's pretty cool. Never been there. I'm a liar. So the Willamette River
Willamette.
It was plagued with something that was sitting in the bottom of the mud, just sitting there, just polluting the river. And
Okay. Is this recent?
Do you know what it was?
Is this a recent one?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't.
They
I mean, a lot of
people thought that they were birds. They're like, oh, these birds got stuck down there, but they were actually limes.
Yeah, that's easy to mix up.
Lime scooters, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I threw you for a little bit of loop. So divers pulled out more than 50 e-scooters from the Willamette River, which is kind of fucked up.
There was a whole Instagram page about...
yeah, what's it called? I was just about to bring that up.
They shut it down pretty quick.
Good. I mean, I feel...
Because it, promoted property damage.
Yeah, so I guess people... I mean, it's a big trend. I think it's called, death to bird scooters, bird... I don't know what...
Was it bird cemetery?
So, yeah, graveyard.
Graveyard. Bird
Yeah,
graveyard.
exactly.
That's what it was, yeah.
So, people, these teenagers and,
30-year-olds who think they're teenagers.
Yeah, and homeless guys
Hipsters.
who don't have phones, but teenagers tell them to do it. They just go and take a bunch of birds and limes. And for those of you who don't have those in your city, they are ride-sharing scooters where you can drive a scooter anywhere you want, and you can use your phone to unlock it, and you pay through that. And then,
hate on them as much as you want. Those things are fucking fun.
Yeah, and then wherever you want to stop, you can stop wherever you want and lock the scooter, and then you're done with your ride, and then somebody else can jump on it and drive it wherever they want.
Yep.
But a lot of high schoolers and teens and 30-year-olds, like David said, were taking them, and they were throwing them off bridges into the water. They were throwing them off the top of parking garages. They were setting them on fire.
I broke one, but not on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I snapped one in half.
Oh, did you do a bunny hop on it?
No.
No. You just broke it?
It just broke.
This fat guy?
Yeah, I didn't do anything. It just broke.
Big fat guy.
Don't sue me.
So, I guess they have the same problem in Oregon because they had to pull all these scooters out. They pulled 50 out on the first day, and then I think they sent divers down there.
Yeah.
And then they pulled out 7 more the next day, they tweeted. They said they pulled out a total of 57.
What town was this in?
Portland.
Okay.
So, I don't know how long the Willamette River is, but yeah. It's
long. It's a huge river.
Yeah, it was in Portland, and you know what the most interesting part of this article is, though? I think most of or all of the limes scooters that got pulled out, the lights were still running. The lights are still blinking and the batteries are still running.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I wonder how these things do when it just storms on them. Are they completely waterproof sealed? They must be.
Yeah, but the problem was the reason they went down there and pulled them out is because I think some people saw some kids throwing them in there, and they said they didn't want the batteries leaking into the water
Fish
supply.
start floating up.
Exactly. I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. To put that many batteries in a river, But it's nice because the sheriff's station said that they reached out to all these scooter companies, e-scooter companies, and they said hey, you guys come pick these up. But honestly, I see so many limes that are just really disgusting. I'm like, when do they put the take these out of circulation, like fix them up, because people will fuck these things up.
I saw one with a big old shit on it.
Like a human shit.
100%. Someone just took a big old dumper right on the where you stand.
I slapped one of our Camp Strange stickers on one of them, which is comparable to, shit on a scooter.
I always put our stickers on those things.
Yeah, so I mean, should we have admitted that?
I don't give a shit.
It's probably at the bottom of a river anyway.
Yeah.
Some fish is checking it out right now. But so that's my story. They got them all out. I mean, there's probably tons more in many other rivers.
Oh, there's so many in the ocean.
But if you guys have these in your town, or I mean, you guys know how fun these things are. They're great. Sometimes I just like come home from a bar and it's early enough.
Yeah.
Or it's right through the neighborhood with a couple buddies and my girlfriend, and it's a great time.
Yeah. All right. So I got a Sheboygan, which we had to look it up. It's in Wisconsin. We all taking our guesses. I think we all agreed Wisconsin.
If you're from Sheboygan, any Sheboyganites out there,
go Pack Go.
Yep. Shout us.
So Sheboygan serial toilet clogger sentenced to 150 days in jail probation. And did a total paint job. No, it wasn't me. It was the guy in the captain's hat. He's way bigger than me.
I was about to say that. Wait, okay, he's a serial toilet clogger?
Yeah, 26-year-old Sheboygan man sentenced Monday to 3 years probation for clogging women's toilets in the DeLand Park. And,
is that Disneyland?
No. DELAND.
Is that Sheboygan Disneyland?
DeLand Park and his place of work.
Oh, shit.
Patrick D. B. Man.
Is a bowel movement man.
Yeah. He got 12 misdemeanors and criminal damage to property.
Okay, so like I'm curious on a couple things. Is it an art thing? Is he making a statement? What is he?
He's doing a total paint job.
What is he clogging it with? Hair's great. Does he have a lot of hair? He's just cutting it off in chunks.
I think realistically, he was probably just like stuffing rolls of toilet paper down.
Whole rolls in there. It's weird also that he's clogging the women's toilet. You could tell that he has like some deep.
You get couches in here and tables. Fuck you.
He has some like deep seated like weird sexual thing going on where like I think that might be.
You want to rip my cameras out of the bathroom? Okay.
Like I don't know. I think that's super strange and weird. You got 150 days in jail or probation. 3 months probation, 150
150 days in jail.
Do the cops know that they just put him in a cell with a fucking toilet?
They're going to keep an eye on him, that's for sure.
They're enabling him right now.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, that's like being like, oh, you're addicted to heroin. We're going to put you in this heroin cell made of heroin.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
A cocaine castle.
Yeah, that's, I mean, they can. I heard that they can shut the toilets. Like, they can close the drains when they go to do a cell search, because a lot of people try to flush contraband. Mm-hmm. So like there's like a little fail safe, like the toilets won't flush.
Yeah.
So maybe if they know that what's his name again? Scott
Beeman.
If they know Beeman's grabbing a bunch of, if he takes the sheet off his bed, he's like, okay, fucking stop those toilets. Yeah. Beeman's about to make a beehole move right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was watching some prison show, and they were talking about how people, if you like took all the water out of your toilet, you could like talk to another cell that is 100% also
true.
Did that.
I watched Lockup.
Yeah, I don't remember what this one was called. And then there was also, they were talking about how there was some tactic, and it was like the men lived on the top floors and the women were on the bottom floors, and the guys found a way that they could like do like a power rush thing and just make all of the women's toilets flood with like shit and piss, and it would like flood all of the women's things with just feces.
Very cool, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're like, yeah, like if a guy would like, if you stop talking to a guy through the toilet, like they would do that to you just like to fuck with everyone.
Oh my
so
God.
Like we have to be nice.
That's like that happens on the outside too, where it's like, hey, you're really beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not really interested. Yeah, I thought you weren't, you bitch, you ugly bitch.
And then you flood their house.
I'm gonna flood your toilet full of diarrhea.
I'm just a nice guy.
That's like at a bar if somebody just hit you with the diarrhea water balloon after that. Yeah. You're like, not again.
Just a nice guy though.
Oh, I hate Red Lobster. So
no lobster cake is worth this.
So, these Long Island iced teas are not worth it. Anyway, I think we're caught up on any news stories. Yep. We got shit and scooters and or clogs to be more specific. But
we need to stop leading into our advertisement with this shit.
With this shit, literally. Which leads us to our next point of conversation. Spring Hill Jack Coffee. It's great coffee. David's holding a bag right now and shaking it around, and he's excited.
Really excited.
If you guys want to go check out some Spring Hill Jack coffee, you may. I'm giving you permission. And it's great coffee. It gets me through my mornings. I mean, I need coffee. I'm an addict at this point. But
got their sticker on my water bottle now.
Yes.
Look at that.
And they have great stuff, great stickers. Spring Hill Jack, he's a fun guy.
It's a great logo.
He's a hoppy guy. He jumps everywhere, and he's full of caffeine. And they have great blends and great prices. So go check them out. They're amazing. I
wonder who did their logo. I like it.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe Spring Hill himself.
That's a possibility.
Or Jack. I think he goes by Jack.
Okay.
But, yeah. So go check them out. They're great at springhilljack.coffee. So, yeah.
Wait, that's the website?
I think so. I think I'm going to fuck that up.
There's a .coffee?
Wait.
No, that can't be right.
Did I fuck that up?
Springhill.coffee?
Yeah, springhilljack.coffee.
Holy shit, there's a .coffee.
You guys, there's .orgs, .govs, and you're sleeping on the .coffees.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
So they got that. Maybe we get .strange.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
More like .shit.
But anyway, let's get into these stories because we got some news. We got some other stories cooking for you. Mm-hmm. So let's get into them. So, David, when you think of the place you find the safest, where do you think of?
Where am I the safest?
Yeah. Like, where's the safest place for you?
In my dad's arms.
You're going to say some shit like that. So, my next sentence I wrote, well, I think most people would say their house. Or, even more specifically, their bed. Wow. Yeah. There we go.
Bathtub?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's one and the same.
Your neighbor's bathtub.
Yep.
Usually we climb into bed all snug and sound, pull the covers up to our chin, and drift off into a dreamy wonderland filled with sugar plums and gumdrops.
This is coming from someone who has night terrors.
Which brings me to my next point. But sometimes, just sometimes, when we close our eyes and we drift away, our minds go to a much darker place, a place where we lose control. A place where our actions are sometimes not our own. And most importantly, a place where we sometimes commit atrocities we never knew we were capable of. Today, I will be telling you about the phenomenon known as homicidal sleepwalking.
Oh, shit.
That is an actual term that is used in the court of law.
Sounds like a good excuse. I mean, sounds like a terrible thing to have happen to you.
I had to preface this whole thing. I go, Katie, I'm doing homicidal sleepwalking. You're going to hate it. So let's get into what homicidal sleepwalking is. So homicidal sleepwalking, also known as homicidal somnambulism or sleepwalking murder, is the act of killing someone during an episode of sleepwalking. The preciseness of recorded cases has been disputed throughout history, though. But about how many cases do you think have been reported since up to the year of 2005? Like recorded in like the court of law or whatever.
52.
Close. 68.
I was gonna say 69.
Really?
Just because it's the obvious, it's the funny number.
Yeah.
It's the real funny number. Only funny people get it.
Yeah. You guys, this is kind of a funny guy podcast.
It's a little deep.
You guys, if you know sex, you know us. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So sleepwalking is most often initiated during deep sleep, but may occur in the lighter sleep stages of non-REM, which is rapid eye movement, usually within a few hours of falling asleep, and the sleepwalker may be partially aroused during the episode. And that's not what that means when I said if you know sex, you know us. Aroused just means awoken, I guess,
Oh, okay.
So, apparently...
John Cena.
Boner shorts. Apparently when most people wake up... Stop. Apparently, when most people wake up, they wake from stages 1 or 2 of non-REM or REM. So that means it's kind of anybody out there who's looked at the stages of sleep, you fall deeper and deeper, and there's stages, and the deepest one is rapid eye movement. That's where you get most of your dreaming. That's where you get most of your like rejuvenating sleep, but there's also like stages above that.
Yeah.
But if your brain tries to wake up from this thing called slow wave sleep directly, is when your brain gets stuck between a sleep and a wake state, which is when you start sleepwalking. So basically what happens is if you're in deep REM sleep or also non-REM sleep, which is,
So if you're in this or if you're not in it.
No, I just mean, I think when people get to that really deep state, you're either in rapid eye movement or non-rapid eye movement. It just means like some people's eyes move and some people's eyes don't move. I don't know. I could be wrong on this. It was very confusing, this whole thing. But basically when you're in a really, really deep sleep and you shoot to awake, your brain like freaks out and it goes, I was supposed to like slowly come up from this. Kind of like nitrogen sickness or something like that.
Okay.
And you go, oh shit, I don't know what's happening. So your brain doesn't know if it's awake or asleep.
Yeah.
So it stays asleep, but it performs actions. It like kind of tells your body that you're awake. So that's why you sleepwalk, and that's why you try to do stuff like some people
Shave the dog.
Some people
Put pillows in the oven.
smash up some Oreos, throw them around the room. You know how it goes. So in addition to waking during deep sleep, in addition to walking during deep sleep, other symptoms of sleepwalking include sleep talking, which I am very known for.
Yeah.
I actually have an app on my phone that records me when I sleep talk.
We need to put those in an episode.
I think I think I had it one time. I could pull the audio from that.
Yeah, it'd be great to put that in an episode.
Yeah, so
maybe even this one.
And a little bonus at the end.
Maybe.
We'll see what we can do.
If you're willing.
I'm willing and able.
Okay.
So sleep talking, little or no memory of the event, difficulty arousing the sleepwalker during an episode, not that kind of arousal, just waking him up.
Yeah.
Inappropriate behavior such as urinating in closets, more common in children. So I guess children...
Urinating into children? Come again?
What?
Urinating into...
What'd you just say?
Come again?
Come again.
As in, say that one back? You're urinating into children in a closet?
No. Surviving Alex Tobin is not a thing.
Neverland Ranch.
So, I guess a lot of people do inappropriate behavior such as urinating in closets, and children most commonly do it, which is true because my brother, I don't know if he's going to like me telling him this.
He always peed in me.
He always trapped me in a closet and he goes, I'm going to show you something. One time my dad found him and he was in the pantry and we kept like our trash can in the pantry and his pants were down and my dad goes, what are you doing? And he just turned around and he goes, I'm going to the bathroom. And he was sleepwalking. And my dad goes, that's not the bathroom. That's the pantry, Anthony. Here, come with me. And my brother just goes, he just starts fucking crying out of nowhere. Because I think like...
Is that why the Gatorade tasted weird the next day?
And then I realized it wasn't even they left out parts. It wasn't the trash can. It was my bed.
Yeah.
but no, I guess he was still sleepwalking when he was crying too. Yeah. Because the next morning he woke up, my dad's like, "You remember any of that?" And he's like, "No." So it's so strange, and I don't get it. Camp strange. And also the last one is violent attacks on the person trying to awaken the sleepwalker. Yeah. Which we have seen in Step Brothers, like you mentioned earlier, pillows in the oven. Yeah. And
what was the other one they did?
What?
There was two of them that was like, oh, Dale does this when he's sleepwalking, and they're like, oh, check the oven.
Oh, he puts my purse in the fridge.
That's it, purse in the fridge, yeah,
or the freezer, I think.
Yeah.
So now that we told you guys a little bit of what this sleepwalking shenanigans are, and for those of you who don't know, I don't suffer from sleepwalking technically, but I do suffer from like sleep terrors, which is like another
way worse
subset. Yeah, that would seem like the one where I'm grabbing a knife and murdering people, but I don't know. I haven't killed anybody yet, but I did.
That you know of.
I yanked all the cords out of my fucking Xbox 2 nights ago. I'm not kidding. I woke up and I was like, I turned on my Xbox and I was like, oh wait, all the cords are unplugged. And then I like had a flashback and I was like, oh my God, I remember. Cause it's like it's hard to explain, but it's like a weird middle ground. Like
you don't remember it until you see a sign of it.
Okay. The best way I can describe it is if somebody grabbed you and like shook you and woke you up and said like the house is on fire. And you just started like grabbing your shit and running out of the house. That's what it feels like. So like, it feels like my brain is going, something's going on. Like I thought there was a person in my room. So I got up out of bed and I just opened the door and I ran out into the living room. And then I kind of came to in the living room and I was like, oh shit, nobody's in my room. And then I walk back and I go to bed.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a weird, sometimes I thought my room was on fire. Sometimes I think there's raccoons.
Someone trying to shoot you.
One time on Halloween, I thought that my bed was filling up with dirt and I was being buried alive. Like,
Yeah, you shouldn't sleep on Halloween. That's when the bad ones are coming.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to get into all the spooky shit that goes on Halloween in my house.
You're
but
a real disturbed boy.
a lot of dirt in my bed.
You're a sick boy.
Help me. So now I'm about to tell you 3 separate tales of homicidal sleepwalking.
Okay.
So some people got away with it.
I feel like I've heard a story of a homicidal sleepwalk.
There's been some.
Oh, I know one. I think
Okay,
of. I'll see if you.
I probably won't cover it, but I mean, there were like.
Does it have to do with the
20
Olympics?
of them. No.
Okay.
So there were like 20 of them, but I picked like the 3 ones that I found the most interesting. But some people get away with it, some people don't get away with it. But let's get into these. So, in 1987, Kenneth James Parks was a married 23-year-old Canadian man with a 5-month-old daughter. He had a very close relationship to his in-laws, especially with his 42-year-old mother-in-law, Barbara Ann Woods. She always referred to him as her.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. His last name was Woods. His mother-in-law's last
No,
name
his
was
name's
Woods?
Kenneth James Parks.
Oh, Parks. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You get confused because there's usually wood in a park.
Yeah.
I get it.
Easy
Free
mix-up.
association, I get it.
Easy mix-up.
So, but she always referred to him. They had a really close relationship. She always referred to him as her gentle giant. So I guess he's a big motherfucker. So the summer before the controversial events, he developed a gambling problem and fell into a deep financial despair. And I mean, we all know the stress that comes with gambling. I gambled once and I got $100 and I was like, why don't more people gamble? And then I gambled like a couple months later and I lost $100. I was like, fuck gambling. And
Exactly.
I couldn't do it anymore. It was like,
Yep.
It makes me so upset. So to cover his losses, he took funds from his family's savings. Oh, bad move.
Always a bad move.
And then he began to embezzle at work, which is also a bad move.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, in March of 1987, his actions were discovered and he was fired from his job. On May 20th, he went to his first Gamblers Anonymous meeting and made plans to tell his grandmother the following Saturday and his in-laws on Sunday about his gambling problems and financial difficulties. So he was really stressed out and he was about to come clean to everybody about what he's done, why he got fired, why he doesn't have any money. And I think that stress was kind of building up because another thing that sometimes causes sleepwalking is stress.
Stress, yeah.
Yeah. So on the early morning on May 24th, 1987, Kenneth Parks drove 12 miles from Pickering, Ontario to the house of his in-laws in...
Is it Ontario?
I don't know if it's Ontario. I thought about that. That's why I paused for a second. I'm sorry, any Canadians out there. Canadians. So he drove from Pickering, Ontario to the house of his in-laws in Scarborough, Ontario, and he entered their house with a key they had previously given him, and they had previously given him a key, and he used a tire iron to bludgeon his mother-in-law to death.
I thought you were going to say he yeeted a tire iron somewhere.
He didn't yeet a tire iron anywhere. He yeeted it into her head, probably.
Yeesh.
Yeet. So, but
Yeesh.
he bludgeoned her to death. Then he decided to, toss the old tire iron to the side, and he went after the father-in-law, which is I think you'd use the tire iron on the father-in-law instead. But
Yeah, I had some success with it earlier, but
he went for the old
just being cocky.
he went for the old choke him to death.
Mm-hmm.
But the man managed to survive the attack, and he got after he tried to choke the father-in-law out. He hopped back into his car, and despite being covered in blood, he drove straight to the nearby police station and confessed, turning himself in, stating, "I think I have just killed 2 people." So, like midway through his drive back, I think he kind of came to.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit, what happened? I'm covered in blood.
Yeah.
And he just showed up like scared at the police station. Was like, I think I killed 2 people. So that's fucking crazy to think about.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about that he drove 12 miles to their house.
Yeah.
But like I've heard of people driving cars while they're sleepwalking or sleep driving,
Yeah.
technically, you know? So it's not that uncommon, but it is more uncommon to bludgeon somebody. That's a little more exertion in that one.
Yeah.
So
It's a little harder.
So
Just a tad bit
well,
harder.
I tell you, I've tried and it's hard.
So
So
it's honest work.
don't disrespect your mechanics, okay? Because they have so many tire irons just waiting there for you. So I even did a Canadian accent on that one. So
Is that what that was?
Ontario accent. So Park's only defense was that he was asleep during the entire incident and was not aware of what he was doing. Naturally, nobody believed it. Even sleep specialists were extremely skeptical. However, after a careful investigation, the specialists could find no other explanation. Park's EEG readings were highly irregular, even for a parasomniac, which is somebody who like does weird things while they're sleeping. Like
So you.
weird movements. Exactly. I guess I'm a parasomniac. Even for a parasomniac, since they showed that his brain tried to wake up from slow wave sleep 10 to 20 times during his sleep study. So they did a sleep study after he was convicted, and they're like, we want to see if like you actually have sleep problems. Most people's brains don't wake up from slow wave sleep. If it does happen, it happens once or twice. His brain tried to do it 10 to 20 times.
Damn.
So he was like extremely susceptible to this like sleepwalking, I guess. And, you know, this combined with the fact that there was no motive because he loved the mom or the mother-in-law, that he was amazingly consistent in his stories for more than 7 interviews despite repeated attempts of trying to lead him astray, that the timing of the events fit perfectly with the proposed explanation, and that there is no way to falsify an EEG result, led to a jury acquitting Parks of the murder and his mother-in-law, and the attempted murder of his father-in-law. And it even went to the Canadian Supreme Court and ended up upheld, and he was acquitted in 1992 in the decision of R versus Parks. So he was completely just let off, and they're like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
I guess, like, you just killed a person and you're sleeping. You didn't mean to.
Yeah.
But I don't think that...
That's a tough one.
I don't think that mother-in-law would be like, yeah, we want to make him rot in jail if she
Yeah.
knew, like, the circumstances.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a difficult.
Especially if they had
one.
such a good relationship. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
doesn't really make sense. So, but let's jump to our next story. So... Antonio Nieto, 58, a resident of Malaga, Spain, I could be pronouncing that wrong, murdered his wife and mother-in-law using an axe and a hammer on January 11th, 2001. I mean, see, first guy went tire iron and hands.
Dual wielding.
This guy came in, axe hammer. He's a little bit more prepared. These weapons are used for, well, they're used for fixing, not murdering, but tire iron, you know. That's a little bit more, you know, of the gray area. So Nieto's daughter suffered a jaw fracture, but was left alone after feigning death. So he went and, like, I'm guessing he used the hammer on his daughter, which is, like, fucked up. I mean, to say in you know, when you're thinking about it. But I guess she fractured her jaw, but she didn't die. And his son disarmed him after receiving a cut to the ear. So the son got the axe, and he only got one in the ear, but I guess he was able to take down the dad. And Nieto claimed to have been asleep during the attack and dreaming that he was defending himself against what? This is why I chose the story.
The devil.
Aggressive ostriches.
Oh,
So he...
that's a good one.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
So he told them...
Swing for the neck, buddy.
I was about to say, like... I mean, it's all neck, really. It's
you
hard
look-
to miss the neck.
You take a look at this bird. It's all neck.
It's all neck. I went to an ostrich farm in Solvang in Santa Barbara area.
Yeah.
Those things are fucking assholes.
Well, you know they physically can't walk backwards, and so that's why they are
That's why they're
aggressive.
assholes.
Yeah,
Wait,
because
what?
they physically cannot
there's
back
no
up.
There's no flight. There's only fight.
Yeah, so they only can attack basically.
Well, they shove their heads in the dirt or the sand, right? Maybe that's their flight.
I thought that's how they
response.
sleep.
Is that how they sleep?
I don't fucking know.
I thought that's how they hid. I mean, they're just like basically like doing the old peekaboo thing where like I
It's-
can't see you, so you can't see me.
It's honestly astounding that other animals have gone extinct before them.
I know they can't even fly.
No.
But
Did you expect them to?
No, but they're birds, so it's like I don't know. They're more like a velociraptor-esque type,
Yeah.
you know. But it's weird because I mean it's not weird, but we got attacked by one when we went there. It tried to bite
Yeah.
my head.
I had a buddy growing up, and he had emus, which are just
They
like
were there
smaller
too.
ones,
No,
yeah.
it was an emu ostrich farm.
Yeah, those things are cool. They're fun to fuck around with. Like
They're fun to. What do you do with them?
6-foot birds. You
What
play
do you do with them?
basketball with them because you always win, but it's not easy.
So it creates an obstacle, but they're not getting any air out.
Yeah,
there,
I dunk on them all day.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, just put your one hand on their fucking head and just watch
Yep.
their neck crumple down as you put all your body weight on
Well,
it.
that's not very sportsmanlike.
They can't call fouls. So, however, his children, like I said, he was defending himself against aggressive ostriches. So there is, it sounds like he's gonna hold up in the court. But however, his children, fucking throwing him under the bus, stated that he had recognized them and had even told his son to not turn on the lights because their mother, gravely injured already, was sleeping. So he's like, don't turn on the lights, your mom's sleeping. Even though, like...
She dead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you thought you were attacking ostriches, like... Because he swung at the daughter and the son.
Yeah.
So he's just like, don't turn on the lights, your mom's sleeping. I'm also talking to ostriches right now.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't add up. In 2007, Nieto, already under psychiatric treatment. So I guess, like, it's already been, like, six years. So he's been 6 years in psychiatric treatment.
Yeah.
But he was sentenced to 10 years in a psychiatric hospital in order to pay about 200,000 euros as compensation to the victims, who are his kids. So, I mean, that's...
Here's your inheritance, you little shit.
Exactly. But it's just kind of weird that he, like, I don't know. He has to, I guess, serve, like, 4 more years or 10 more years. But they kept him in the psychiatric hospital. But it's, I don't know. I'm
Wouldn't
surprised.
that be cool to get a roommate? Like, what are you in here for?
Honestly.
Killed people in my sleep.
It's like putting the guy in with the toilet. Like,
Yeah.
you don't put him in with the cell. He might have got solitary confinement because...
Well, you said he was in a mental health hospital, correct?
Yes.
I don't think they have roommates in that, but
Oh,
yeah.
do they not?
Not that I know of.
I mean, they probably sedate him too, or like...
yeah,
maybe.
probably.
I don't know. I've seen those movies.
His
I've seen
roommate's an
Cuckoo's
ostrich.
Nest. I was about to say. The nurse walks in. It's
Reverse psychology.
like, what are we eating today? Giant egg. Hope you like giant egg every day. So...
An 8-pound omelet, bitch.
So let's get to this last story right here. So in 1887, Robert Ledru, a French police detective, was asked to investigate the murder of André Monet on the beach of Le Havre. Examining the evidence, the fatal bullet, and some footprints, which were the evidence, he decided that he himself had been sleepwalking on the beach and had fired the fatal shot. So they fucking got this detective to be like, hey, can you help figure out this crime? And he, imagine measuring the footprint and checking the bullet and be like, oh, I own this gun. That's kind
Wait a
of
second.
crazy.
There's a round missing from my gun.
Whose high heel is this? Oh, this is my high heel.
Yeah. Oh God.
So
Are those my car keys?
whose Crocs are these? Whose fucking Crocs are these? These footprints.
Who else has these limited edition Shrek Crocs? I thought I was the only one.
Oh, they're made for swamp walking.
Who's got my Swamp Walkers 2006?
Get out of my swamp. So, Ledru, then once he found out that it was his gun and it was his footprint, he turned himself in.
Somebody once.
Turned himself in from killing. So while in jail, he was given a gun loaded with blanks. It's fucking crazy. Only in France, you know? And,
So aggressive.
And one night, he got up out of a dead sleep and fired at one of the guards at point blank range. This convinced the authorities he was telling the truth about his sleepwalking, and from then until his death, he lived on a farm outside Paris under 24-hour watch.
An ostrich farm?
I mean,
Could have been. Shit, you don't know.
I was about to say, like, if they don't want any ostriches and put them on the farm, you know, it's hard to get a headshot on those sons of bitches.
It really is.
They move around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's so crazy that this guy like was like, I committed the murder, and then they're like, okay, like it seems like it's out of a movie. Like put a blanks in a
Dexter.
gun and put it in a cell. He shot at a guard. That means he must like. I think he was faking the sleepwalk. He's like,
I would.
and like walking up like. Like, I don't know. It's
Baby, want a binky.
He's like, I am sleeping. And you're like, I guess he's sleeping. And then he just got to live on a fucking farm. He probably wanted to live on that farm.
Yeah.
And he had his buddy watch him 24 hours. So
Yeah, there you go.
I will conclude with this. Nobody is sure why some people will commit murders in their sleepwalking episodes, but it seems reasonable to assume that many conditions must be met. Some people believe that sleep deprivation, stress, depression, anxiety, alcohol, drugs, and many other variables could be attributing factors to these strange cases, but there is still no exact proof.
So you can either live your life having fun or live like a fucking square and not kill people in your sleep.
Exactly. Why don't you just like drink a little
Party
bit,
up.
do some drugs, get some anxiety, do some depression.
Fucking nerd.
Try some sleep deprivation and go take a nap and see what kind of sword you find in your closet, you know?
Fucking nerd.
So, fucking nerd. I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything in my room that's really deadly, so besides these goddamn fists.
I've got a lot of fucking dangerous things in my room.
There's 2 guns on the side of my body. Yeah, do you actually have like a sword or something?
I've got all sorts of weapons.
I almost bought a sword at the
Well, you know, just
Ren
about
Fair.
just about any sword you will buy will not work as a functioning sword.
No, this one was sharp.
Yeah, well,
It was a good stabbing sword, not a good swinging sword.
Okay.
You know, it had a point to it.
yeah, you might as well just settle with a dagger.
True. Anyway, yeah. So good idea. I'm gonna go buy one.
Yeah.
Who wants to have a sleepover?
Yeah.
Come on. There'll be lots of depression and booze there.
Yeah.
Let's do it, baby. Come on.
Any drug you could name.
Wario ecstasy. We got it.
Fuck yeah.
So why don't you guys, next time you're going to go to sleep, why don't you try a little bit of meditation, try a little relaxation, put any sharp objects away from you, hide them maybe from your sleep self, and have a good night's rest, because you never know when you wake up covered in blood and have to explain to the court why you're wearing your mom's face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to get into my story. So I got a long one.
You got a long one. Here we go.
We're already too far into this one. So this story is a little different from some of my other stories and some of your other stories as well. And this one I found on Reddit.
I like Reddit.
Yeah. So 3 years ago, a Reddit user by the name of Wigged Hiker, and then it's THR Way, so I'm guessing it's Wigged Hiker Their Way.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, yeah.
Wigged hiker their way.
Yeah.
Nope,
So
nothing.
this user posted a story on the subreddit Paranormal.
Oh, I visit that sometimes.
This is a big hitter on that one. So the post said, last week my friend and I went hiking in the Catskills, which is a mountain region outside of New York,
Yes.
and found this really creepy statue while fucking around in some caves.
Wait, what?
I am reading directly what he posted. So this is coming from his point of view.
Oh, a nice cave fuck. Okay.
Yeah, and they're fucking around.
Nothing
some
gets
caves.
as spooky as a nice cave fuck.
Well, I mean, what, you're gonna go in there and do business?
No, it's
You
all
just fuck around
It's
caves.
all party in the cave.
Yeah. So it has nails in its eyes and a noose around its neck.
Wait, hold up. Wait, this is a statue? Correct?
Yes, creepy
Okay.
statue.
Nails in it, like a hammer and nails,
Yeah,
and a noose around its neck.
noose around its neck. Looks like it might be old. I don't think it's been there very long. It's weird because this cave is way off the trail. Someone had a fire in there not too long ago.
Oh fuck! So someone's like maybe performing some rituals we got going on.
Yeah.
Is this a stone statue? Did they lug this?
It's wood.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a little easier to hike with.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain to somebody why the statue you're bringing into this cave has nail in its eyes.
If I were to guess, I'd say it's about 1.5 feet.
Okay,
tall.
okay, cool.
So, after the first paragraph, the user linked an album with several photos of said statue. In the photos, you can see what is clearly a cave and a pile of leaves. There in the leaves is a tallish and thin statue of a human body with 3 nails that have been hammered into each eye, along with a neatly tied noose that hangs about as long as its body length.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, 3 nails in each eye.
Yeah.
Really, I wonder if that's symbolism.
So obviously 6 total, but yeah, 3 in each eye.
Hmm.
Wigged Hiker continues to say, the statue really wigged me out. So I'm assuming he does mention later that this is an account he made just to tell the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. what you call a throwaway account.
Wigged hiker. Okay.
Yeah. So the statue really wigged me out, but my buddy decided to take it home with him, even though I told him not to. Listen to your fucking friend.
No.
Like, why would you even touch
You
it?
never take anything home with you.
Why would you fucking touch it?
You never.
So Wigged Hiker continues saying, everyone says there's devil worshippers that come out to the area to sacrifice animals and
was
do
my
their
first
spells and shit.
That's what I was thinking. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, devil worshippers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he said, I didn't want anything to do with it. Smart man. Like, why would you even just fucking leave?
Yeah. You could get a nice wood statue with nails in its eyes on Amazon for like $4.50.
Yeah. I'm like,
Plus
sure.
shipping and
Okay.
handling.
Creepy statue. Like, what could go wrong taking it, you know?
I'll come to your house, put nails in anything's eyes.
Yeah. Bring your mother-in-law.
I got a hammer and an axe, and I'm going to sleep. Why don't you call me over?
Yeah.
You got nails? I got a hammer and an axe and an ostrich.
Might need some help lining up those strikes, but yeah, we can make it work.
Don't turn on the lights. Your mom's sleeping.
Yeah.
Please don't.
So a couple days later, this is also from his point of view. A couple days later, my friend calls me and tells me that he thinks the statue is haunted because it keeps moving from its spot.
Oh, that's why he thought it was haunted?
Yeah. And he keeps smelling weird stuff around his place.
Oh, it's shitting in corners, too.
Yeah. He says he can't sleep at night because of the sounds of banging keeps him up.
Oh, shit. Okay, so, like, the statue saw what they were doing in the cave, and he's like, I could do that. And now he's just banging all the furniture, the dog.
I don't know why you're putting this this whole narrative on it, but come on.
Sorry. I'm sorry, man.
So it continues. Last night, someone knocked on his door, but when he went to answer it, no one was there. And he's super weirded out.
Oh, that's creepy.
And he says he thinks he has a ghost because of the statue.
Yeah, I mean, they do attach themselves to items, so I wouldn't be surprised.
He continues saying, it must just be coincidence, but I think he's actually scared. Wig says, before we go set this thing on fire, I wanted to see if anybody knows what it is. Anyone ever seen something like this or heard of a statue casting ghosts?
See,
So he posted it to Reddit. That's the beauty of Reddit, is that you can post with a story and ask for help, saying, does anyone recognize this type of statue?
Yeah.
You know,
there's some experts out there, maybe some witchcraftian
that see it and go, oh, that's for this.
voodoo.
Put it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I have a problem with his last sentence he just said. He just said, before we burn this. And I feel like every time I've seen a movie where there's a haunted item, the worst thing you can do is burn it, because everyone thinks by burning it that it's like, oh, it's all gone. But then it like goes into something else because you're destroying its home. And now you're making it like mobile again.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing to do is to bring it back to the cave. But I mean,
That is exactly what I was saying too to myself, was like, just take it where you found it and leave
put it back in the exact same spot.
leave an offering with it. I don't know.
I was about to say put a little Twinkie underneath it or something, you know?
Yeah.
They don't go bad. He'll eat it forever.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So this is where the end of his original post would be. But wait, there's more. Later on, the user made an edit to his post to update people on the following. So this is the rest of his story. Of his update. My friend showed up here at 11:30 p.m. He's out of his mind, scared, never seen him like this before. I'm going to do my best to remember everything he told me because it was a lot. But long story short, he's sleeping over because something is in his house.
Like, does that guy live in a cave?
No,
I mean, why is he sleeping over then?
because something is in his house.
Okay.
Come on, man. Stop it.
I'm pushing this narrative.
Yeah,
no,
stop.
that is pretty creepy though. I mean, I know it's in his house. Is that doll still in his house? I mean, the statue?
Yeah, so he left it and he went over to
What the fuck?
his friend is now sleeping at his place because he's too afraid to be at his place.
I was about to say, like, he didn't even make an attempt to do anything with it. Like, put it in a cupboard, put it somewhere. Like, I don't know what he's doing with it, but it seems like it's fully active right now.
So he continues with saying, "We found the statue on Sunday, and like I said, I told him not to take it because it gave me bad vibes, but he took it anyways. He's been an atheist as long as I've known him, so when he told me something was going on, I thought he was fucking with me because he knows that I love to watch paranormal shows, and he always made fun of me for it." Wigged Hiker continues to tell of his friend's experience with his new roommate, the cursed figure. It started out as just knocks and banging, but he said by Wednesday he started waking up in the middle of the night feeling like someone was watching him. This kept happening through the week, and every time he'd wake up, he would smell a really strong scent of pond water.
Okay, so like we talking about like it's crazy that like I know exactly what that smell is. It's
See,
like
I can't think of exactly what pond water smells
I'm getting like a little
Wet dog?
algae. I'm getting a little tadpole in there. You know what the good tadpole smells like?
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a little like couple yogurt lids floating in there. You know what else is in pond water?
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't believe in any of this stuff, so he just ignored it for a few days. And when the statue moved from his desk to his living room is when he started to say, hey, you know what? Something might actually be fucking wrong here.
Okay, it's switching rooms. I thought it was just like turning and like moving like a couple inches. It's like changing rooms now.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
So he says that every night since Thursday, it's been moved to different rooms and different rooms from where he left it. And he thought maybe his dog was moving around because it smelled funny, but his dog won't go anywhere near it. And he says his dog had actually peed in the house 3 nights in a row, and she had never done that before.
I was about to say dogs are like, I feel like
That's
the best conduit.
exactly. That's a huge tell. If your dog ain't fucking with it, it's haunted.
Or babies, but babies can't vocalize that or like pee on the carpet.
Dogs can sense that shit from a mile away.
Well, babies can pee on the carpet, but you're not gonna have the same reaction like, oh, this is a telltale warning.
Yeah, if it's got your dog pissing in the house because it's so scared, like, come on.
Yeah.
It's time for you to, like, yeah.
Have you seen a movie?
Yeah, if the dog is so scared it's pissing in the house, it's time for you to take that fucking wooden statue and yeet it back into that fucking cave.
I was about to say, how far do they live from this cave?
I think pretty deep.
It's Catskills, but like, I don't know. Like, they should just find time to go on a hike, take a day off.
Yeah. So, continuing the story of what his friend was saying, he said, last night someone knocked on his door at 3 a.m.
That's like automatically I get chills from that shit. Like,
Yep.
if anybody knocks on your door or like rings your doorbell past midnight, it's like you're gonna get fucking murdered. That's how it happens.
Yeah, so what he said someone knocked at his door at 3 a.m, but when he went to open the door, there was no one there. His motion lights weren't on, and there weren't any cars in the driveway. He said that when he opened the door to look outside, that's where he knew he made a big mistake. Like he just let something in that he shouldn't have.
Oh, like he opened the door and that was like...
It's gonna step right in.
Oh, fuck. At least it better have brought DiGiorno.
It's not delivery.
It's not delivery.
It's DiGiorno.
It's the ghost. It's the ghost.
It's the ghost.
It's the ghost.
It's just the ghost. So that's why I made this post in the first place. At that point, I didn't have any reason not to believe him because it had gone way beyond a joke. And he actually sounded really, really fucking scared on the phone. He kept telling me that he was going to burn the statue because he knows something followed him home.
I got chills.
Yeah.
I don't like when things follow me home besides like baby kittens. Baby kittens
I don't even trust those little shits.
Baby kittens and Ned in the van are the only things that let follow me home.
Sometimes Ned in the van's got the kit.
God, that guy, he must work for the candy company. I don't know where he gets all those good candies.
Anyway, he stayed up all night and then decided to go to the movies to take his mind off of it. When he got home, he said he felt like everything was fine and he decided to go back to bed. This is where it gets super fucked up.
Do we know what movie he saw? Did he see Toy Story?
It was 3 years ago.
Toy Story 3? I don't know if that was 3 years ago.
Who knows?
It better have been a fun movie.
So he says that when he woke up, which wasn't until like 10, it was because his dog was barking like crazy. He said the pond water smell was stronger than ever, and when he went out into his hallway, he saw these muddy footprints everywhere.
Yo.
Not like shoes, but bare feet.
Like tiny bare feet or big bare feet?
It didn't specify size, so I assume just like normal size feet.
See, you know what the thing I've been doing the whole time is I've been picturing this object running around because there's a book There's an author named Charles Beaumont who wrote a story about a small Zulu doll that comes to life, and it's like a warrior Zulu doll, and it like tries to kill this woman in the short story. So that's what I keep picturing is this little doll running around.
No,
the
I
doll's
think it's
gonna
something
kill him.
that wants the doll.
So it's like an Annabelle situation where like it's attached to the doll or something like
Sure.
that. Like it's a spirit that's attached to the doll.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All the doors and windows in the house were locked up, so there's no fucking way anyone could have gone inside. Sitting in the living room was the fucking statue, which had moved again. And he says that when he started to go near it, he heard someone breathing, and in quotes, like his grandpa with the trachtenectomy.
He's like, oh my god, this ghost sounds like a stoma. Like, what the fuck? You know what a stoma is? It's like the thing that, like, when you get, like, in your neck, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, my
Yeah.
name's Ned. Like, that kind of thing. But, like, people put, like, little things in there and they clear their throat through it. And It's gross. But,
So
oh, fuck.
At this point, he pieced the fuck out, and now him and his dog are sleeping in my guest room tonight.
Oh.
At
least he brought the dog with him. That's really nice.
Yeah, I had goosebumps reading this and writing this the whole time, and I like checked behind myself like 50 times, and it was like creeping me out.
I mean, the East Coast is full of spirits. I think it's more than the West Coast, honestly. It's just so much older.
So Wade continue his post by saying, "I've never seen him this scared, and he even started crying."
He has DiGiorno.
I know.
I don't get it.
He said, "I have no fucking idea what to do. I believe him because he has no reason to lie about this because it's way too far to be a joke now. I know everyone says not to burn it or whatever. So what the fuck do we do? He wants me to go to his house, get the statue tomorrow, but I'm too fucking freaked out to take it back to where he found it because I don't want to see whoever put it there." So like they don't want to like take it back to the cave because they're afraid when they get to the cave, like someone's going to be like, you know, the person who put it there will be waiting.
Oh, fuck. That is so fucking terrifying.
Yeah. So then the next update is, sorry I haven't posted. Things got worse yesterday night, so we sent the statue to the guy in the comments. So far, so good. Thanks to everyone. Well, I'll get to it. Thanks to everyone who actually tried to help and didn't just call us a couple of fucking idiots. So this is the point where I actually found the story.
They're like, bad news, Eric's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I was expecting like a good update like that.
So this is how I found the story, and another Reddit user by the name of Newkirk made a follow-up post saying that he's the one that the wigged hiker mailed the statue to. So in the original post, basically someone's commenting and saying like, "Oh, I work with this kind of stuff, send it to me." And so they sent it to this guy.
Oh, so he's like a paranormal
Yes, so this
expert.
is where it switches to his story. And he had a post that said, "Hey everyone, you guys might remember that post about 6 months ago where a guy said that he was hiking and claimed to have found a strange carving in a New York cave. There are a lot of great responses in the thread, and after getting a few emails from friends who know what I do for a living, I logged in, threw my 2 cents, and I am now in contact with the guy." He said, "I am the director of Paranormal and Occult Museum based out of Cincinnati," and he ended up sending the item to me.
Don't you think it's negligent that they didn't tell the postman or postwoman?
You're probably better off not knowing.
He's like, I had a fucked up day. The whole car's been like fucking pouring water. I shit my pants, and then a dog attacked me, and I lost a nut, and goddamn, and I'm a woman.
My cold water was boiling. It's piping hot.
My coffee was cold. My water was hot. My day's fucked up.
So half a year later, I can say with a good amount of certainty that the carving, which we've nicknamed the Crone, is definitely haunted.
Good name, by the way.
Yeah.
What's that mean? There's like
A crone is like it's like an old,
like a crony.
Yeah, it's like an old like witch, I think.
Oh, really? I'm gonna see crone. Is it Crone?
Yeah.
Crone. A crone is a character in folklore and fairy tales, an old woman. In some stories, she is disagreeable, malicious, or sinister in manner, often with magical or supernatural associations that can make her either helpful or obstructing. The crone is also an archetypal figure, a wise woman. So it's an old woman, either good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like an old witch.
Yeah. So he said they
And then the definition is an old woman who is thin and ugly.
Okay.
So that's a little derogatory.
So yeah, he says they nicknamed it the Crone, and it's definitely haunted. I don't say things like that lightly, but within hours of the object arriving to my office, I'm fairly certain it just pulled a Jesus off a crucifix that was on the wall.
Yo, I got chills again. I don't
Yeah.
like that. Those are supposed to be glued on there.
They've also been experiencing phantom knocks, wet footprints on my couch, and even caught it moving with a motion-activated camera. The last straw was when it tried to drop a television on my head.
Are we talking flat screen? Are we talking big back? What are we talking? 1990s TV that can actually kill you?
I don't know.
But you know what I was thinking of? Do you think this ghost is actually good because he took Jesus off the cross? He's like, hey, I'm helping Jesus.
You'd think so. I saw a picture of it, and he snapped his arm right off. Though.
Oh, left the
It
arms.
wasn't
left the arms.
It wasn't a clean removal.
Oh no.
So Newkirk continues to go on about how he has spent the last 6 months studying and documenting the activity of the Crone, and he shares a link of his work, which is nearly a 6,000 word article that he had made in his saga with the Crone.
Whoa.
It's a very long read.
So here we go.
Yeah. In this article, the user Newkirk, whose real name, being the author of the article, is Greg Newkirk, and he shares his private conversation that he had with wigged hiker, whom he names Danny. So Danny had to share this story with Greg before sending it. So this is again from Danny, aka the wigged hiker.
Mm-hmm.
And so remember earlier when I was saying that his post said things got worse today, and then we just mailed it.
Yeah.
This is when things got worse.
Oh, this is when the worst part that he didn't bring it up.
I'm getting goosebumps just knowing like what's coming, and yeah.
He's like, oh, they wouldn't accept my stamps, and like it's like all post office shit. The lady was like super rude, and we didn't know the zip code, and she wouldn't help us.
All right. So today we went back to my friend's house to get the statue and return it. When we got there, I saw muddy footprints he was talking about, and the whole place smelt like dog that had just rolled around in dirt. So I guess that's like, you
That's
know.
pond water.
Yeah.
Pond water adjacent.
His dog wouldn't even come to the house. He went to show me where the statue was when he left it last night, but it was gone. When we found it, it was in his hallway.
Mm-mm.
And there was a big crack in the wall,
Mm-mm.
like it had been thrown there.
Mm-mm.
He swears that he never touched the thing and left it in his living room. I'm
getting chills.
We did what you said and explained that we were sorry about taking it and that we wanted to give it back to the cave and asked it what we should do. I don't know if it was the feeling you were talking about, but we both just felt like we should never go back into the cave again. He said he felt like we needed to send it to you. When we were standing in the hallway talking to this thing, his dog started barking like crazy outside, and we went to go see what was going on. We both thought we saw a woman standing in the dark corner of his living room. She was totally naked, really old, dripping of water, and her eyes sort of glowed in the dark. She was hunched over near his shelves. We both freaked the fuck out, ran outside, and this was in the middle of the day.
I got like I had the tingle go from like the bottom of my neck to like all my back and my arms.
Whoever it wasn't in there when we went back in. We grabbed the statue, apologized again, wrapped it in a pillowcase, put it in a box, and he's just going to send it to you. About a week later, Greg and his wife received the package containing the Crone. Greg says that they did the usual examination that they do with all their things because they get a lot of haunted stuff sent to them.
Turn your head and cough. It's like
and
yeah, the statue's healthy.
So they did like the typical, like they did all the photographs from all the angles and stuff like that and examined it.
Okay.
Greg then adds, later that evening, while sitting in the living room watching a movie, Dana, his wife, and I were startled by the commotion in the office. Thinking that it was our two cats, I volunteered to break up the fight, only to realize upon walking to the office that the door had been closed the entire time. Nothing seemed out of place, and the cats were nowhere to be found. In fact, our feline familiars were in another room entirely, cowering beneath the bed, afraid to leave.
Yeeks.
Also a bad sign. I walked back into the office in an attempt to look for the source of the noises, but everything seemed to be in order until I almost stepped on Jesus. Laying on the floor was a plastic figurine of Christ, normally found nailed to the crucifix. As I turned him over in my hands, I realized that he was missing an arm. On the complete opposite side of the room, swinging slightly on the wall, was the cross.
So this crone hates Jesus.
I mean, why wouldn't it? It's the possessed thing.
It's a sign of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
So something had not only managed to pull Christ from the crucifix without removing it from the wall, it had thrown the figure across the room. I've still never been able to find the nail from Jesus' hand and feet.
Check its eye.
Yeah.
Is there 4 in one eye now?
So sitting directly below the now Jesus-less cross was the crone.
Oh, so they put it right underneath it?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that was like an
attempt to like calm it?
To not calm it, but restrain it.
Yeah,
you know
probably.
what I mean?
It might have been. I'm sure they just had those around the place. They're got a bunch of haunted shit.
That's true.
For like
you
general.
you need to put some garlic under the door. You know, mirrors on the wall, vampire shit.
Staple
that's all
fruit
vampires.
by the foot over the door handle. Dip the doorknob in honey.
Play a Smash Mouth album 24/7.
Yeah.
You know.
23/7.
23/7. 1 hour for the spirit.
Yes.
Then back to Shrek soundtrack.
So he continues to say, not sure if they could blame the crone for the strange event, they decided to place a 24-hour surveillance on the crone. And for about 2 months, nothing happened. So they're like, okay, maybe nothing's going on. Mm-hmm. But then on March 2nd, between the hours of 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., the camera was set off 3 times, capturing the crone, shifting and moving around as if it was looking around the room on its own.
What the fuck?
Accompanied by a few floating anomalies.
And seeing enemies.
So like the,
it's the orbs.
The orb things.
Yeah.
So I watched the video and you can just see it kind of like.
Shut the fuck up. There's a video.
Yeah. They actually have it on video. And it's like looking around the room.
You know I'm not supposed to go to bed. You know I'm not supposed to go to bed stressed tonight. I will kill somebody.
I know.
This is
my full intention.
The crone has killed nobody. I'm capable of killing.
Without Katie, we can record every night. So things continue to get strange from that point. When they steered to get sorry, that's a typo.
You big old idiot.
Yeah. Things continue to get strange on that point on when they started to get wet footprints on top of their couch.
Dude, wipe your feet and get off the couch.
Yeah.
You're not a part of the turbo team.
You're not part of the turbo team. No running. So for days after that, the earthly smell of pond water lingered in the house with an intense feeling of dread and paranoia. Greg says that one method to dealing with haunted items is to address it like a child and sit them down and like tell them like what's up. Like, you are not going to do this shit.
I'm honestly getting chills thinking about that, sitting a naked old lady down with glowing eyes in your corner and telling her to shut the fuck up and sit down. Oh.
So Greg said, I stormed into the office, grabbed the carving, and marched back into the living room, slamming it down the coffee table. I sat back down on the couch and began addressing the entity directly. Something that should never be done lightly. I explained that we were happy to give the crone a home, but as this was our house, we had rules. It was a speech I'd given to most of the objects in the museum at a time or another, and one that tends to work.
There's like a part of me that's like very chilled by this, and like I'm getting kind of like, oh fuck, like it's weird to sit down a spirit and do that. Yeah. And there's another part of me that thinks that none of this stuff is haunted, and this guy's just grabbing wooden things and screaming at them and telling them, "This is my house. I'm paying the bills. That's my direct TV.
No ice cream after dinner.
You do not get to DVR American Pickers, okay? I don't like that show. Frank undersells."
Yeah. So he said, if we'd left you with the hikers, you would have found your way into a fire pit or a garbage can. If you found your way to a priest, you would have been bound or buried, or worse, locked in a dusty shelf for years. We're happy to have you to live here, but only if you respect the situation. If you've got unfinished business, we'll help you put it to bed. but if you're going to treat us respectfully, you're going in the box. Greg says threatening the box is a go-to move with spirits to make them behave because, you get locked in a box. It's like, oh, I can't
do shit.
I can't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
No,
Fortnite?
not the box.
So he also continues saying, as soon as I uttered the magic words being, you're going in the box.
Please and thank you.
Dana, his wife, sprang up from the couch, drawing my attention to the sound of rushing water from the other side of the house. We had dealt with a broken pipe in recent past, and the sound of water spilling in our laundry room into our laundry room floor was a panic-inducing noise. We rushed toward the sound, only to see that there was just no water at all. But behind us back in the living room, we could hear the dull thud of something hitting the floor. The Crone had managed to roll itself off the coffee table under our television stand. As I knelt down and reached under the stand to grab the carving, Dana yelled out and rushed over to my side. When I turned to look at her, she was holding the television with both hands, and the screen had nearly fallen directly onto my head. As she shared with a brief look of terror and agreement, 3 loud knocks reverberated from the living room wall, rattling the picture frames and flickering the light bulb from a single lamp providing our room with light.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up. So basically what happened was the spirit threw its water. When you throw your voice, it threw its water to make it seem like something was happening. Then it's like, okay, I'm gonna
a little misdirection.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my break for it. Rolls underneath the TV, like they're gonna have to try to grab me now.
I'm gonna drop this TV on this bitch.
They got a 95 fucking Panasonic that weighs at least 60. Yeah.
The Curve?
Oh my God, no, it's not the Curve. This is a big back son of a bitch.
Yep.
It says like all sorts of trinkets on the inside.
You need 8 people to move it.
Exactly. So. Wow, so this thing is not cooperating.
It's not playing by the rules.
You want to talk to me? I'm going to fucking drop a TV out in your head.
So into the box the Crone went.
That's probably a good move. You go into the box. That's what happens, motherfucker.
Yeah. So Greg and his wife Dana continue to do a traveling show with their haunted items, but the Crone is the only item that remains in a box but not being shown. So like they'll take it out when they're like doing like a thing, but when it's not in play, they keep it in a box 24/7 because it's a little asshole.
My question is, where are they touring and how can we get tickets?
Yeah, I don't know. We can
how
look it
can
up.
we open
It
this
seems like
box?
an East Coast thing.
I mean, they know that they got a fan base in Cali. Yeah, they got to come out here.
I mean, maybe we could try contacting them.
But do you think how can we open that box though?
Well,
I want to make news.
They said it's the only item they have that they don't let other people handle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the next time you and a friend are hiking in the woods and you see a creepy wooden statue, your best bet is to say some nice words to get the fuck away from it, and just don't touch it, huh?
Just
how about that? Don't touch it.
I have one rule
No
only.
touchy. No touchy.
Any statue I find with 6 nails in its eyes, it's 1 nail too many. 5's okay. 6,
it's piping hot.
Leave it in the fucking cave.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, because it's just going to make your house stink like pond water. And to tell you the truth, my house already stinks like pond water. I don't need more of a pondy smell in here.
I'm telling you, it's so hard to get these wet footprints out of our couch.
That's what's fucked. That's the most fucked up part of the story. It's like, oh, okay, now I just got to like keep cleaning the fucking couch. I'm okay with you wanting to scare me, but if you make me fucking clean, we're going to have an issue here, okay?
They do have a photo of their couch with wet footprints on it, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
There's a lot of photo document.
Okay, so we're going to post all this so you guys can see these footprints. Do they have this statue? Please tell me they have this statue.
You mean photos of it?
Yes.
Oh, there's hundreds of
Oh,
photos.
okay, great. I just wanted to make sure because I'm very curious about what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that wraps up our stories for today. Wow, I got a lot of chills in that one. That one's...
Oh, man, there's some really... I almost feel like I need to continue doing stories. It was just getting too long, but there's still, more shit about it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of, footage of it moving shit, yeah.
Damn, okay, that's fucking... Hopefully we get some videos up on the Instagram too. I want to see a little bit of that movement. I want to see that footage of it moving back and forth.
Yeah.
I really want to see that.
I can show it to you.
But okay, cool. I'm going to check this out after we finish this. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for listening to these stories about sleep murder and haunted wooden nail in the eye statues with wet footprints. We really appreciate when you guys do it, and we love telling you guys these stories. So if you like it as much as we like telling you, please leave us a review. We would really, 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 really appreciate it. And also subscribe and share it to your friends. And we don't really make any money off this, so that's how you can show your love.
Help us.
So that'd be really nice and really appreciated. And thank you guys if you do it. We also have Instagram, like we mentioned earlier. You can add us on Instagram at Camp Strange Podcast, also Twitter and Facebook, and we have all the stuff on there. We're most active on Instagram, but we're trying to get more active on those other social medias. So add us on there, check it out. If you have any strange stories, like if you found another wooden haunted object in a cave and you want to send it to us, send it to campstrange.com, click the contact tab and send it to us, or send it directly to our email at campstrangepodcast@gmail.com, and we usually always respond. If you send it to us through the contact tab, we can't respond. But if you send it to us directly to the email at campstrangepodcast@gmail, we can respond. Because we don't know when they do the contact one, it doesn't tell us the email that got sent to us. So yeah, that's cool. And we also have merch.
Yeah.
If you guys like nice soft shirts and nice hard mugs, go check out our merch. We're trying to get some more shirts in right now. That's a work in progress, so we will let you know when we do that, and hopefully you guys like the stuff we have there in the meantime, because we do. And David, do we have anything else?
We got sunglasses to make the sun brighter.
Make the sun brighter.
Yeah.
Okay. We have De Crono pizza.
The Chrono?
Delivered to you by an ugly thin witch. You're gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate
It
this.
stinks
pizza.
like pond water.
There's nails in it.
There's nails. It's gonna make your couch real wet. Sorry.
We got candles made out of soup.
What? That's actually kind of a great invention.
It smells like soup
You
all
should
the time.
think about that.
But only split pea. Only split pea
I
soup.
like the nice green tint it has.
No
to it.
gazpacho soup, just green pea.
We have just a touch of gray for your hair, in case you want to look distinguished. That's just a normal thing that people like.
We've got fake bottles of shampoo that have Nair in it that you keep in your shower for when your enemies shower at your home.
We have Cheeseburger Paradise coupons. You get there, you go to Cheeseburger Paradise, you get to one burger free, the other one's also free. Come to Cheeseburger Paradise.
We got bear traps.
We have Chinese bear traps.
We have a small Claire's store in our living room that you can buy piercings at.
We have a rave, but we're only playing I'm Blue, dabba dee dabba dow.
I thought you were going to say it was like the one in The Matrix that went for way too long.
No, all raves in the 90s went for way too long.
We got shattered wine glasses.
We have a cobblestone that you could bludgeon somebody with.
Cobblestone cobbler.
Hell, you said it, buddy.
We got a falcon farm.
We got a new Adam Sandler movie. You're going to hate it.
I like that new one.
I never saw it. No, it's the next one. You're going to hate it.
Oh, okay. That makes
You're
more sense.
going to hate it.
We've got Netflix coupons.
We got a tube of tennis balls. We got a fucking tube of tennis balls, dude. That's all we got.
We got 8 clowns on a bicycle.
And that's, I think, it for the episode. We just got 8 clowns on a bicycle and 2 tennis balls. And thank you guys for tuning in. We always appreciate it when you do, and we love telling you these stories. So stay tuned for more. And David, you got anything to say?
Don't keep stuffing those clowns in that car. Come on.
Keep the clowns off the fucking
Just
car.
2 in there.
3 tennis balls, too much for a pool.
These are too many.
And don't forget to stay strange.